Hello to all you Leos. This is not your monthly horoscope, Leo. This is the Mars retrograde that is happening in Aries, and to explain what it means for you Leos out there. So for those of you who have a Leo rising, Sun in Leo, and to a lesser extent the Moon in Leo. So let's break this down because it's quite simple, the message. Now, first of all, the positive side of this, although this energy that I'm going to describe is quite difficult, it's Mars retrograde in Aries squaring up to Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. For you, you're one of the better signs together with the Sagittarians. Why? Because you are a fire sign. And Mars is in fire in Aries. So you are, and there's a dove just walking there. And I don't know, maybe it means something to you. This pigeon. It's a pigeon here. Yeah, I never see this here in my garden. It's the first time. So maybe it has a meaning. I'm a little bit distracted here. But I'm sure it's got a good meaning for you. Now this Mars, as I said, is in Aries, is going to trine your Leo energy. So that means that your first house, which is you, and your ninth house, which is your mind, your higher mind, are connected in a good way. So that is what is going to help you out. Let's break this down. This energy, when is this going to happen? Well, first of all, it's already happening. This is, I'm recording this at the end of July. And Mars is already in its shadow. And it's, first of all, going to bump this Mars of yours is in the ninth house, which is great. Mars in the ninth house means either learning something new, you're expanding your higher mind, maybe you're interested a bit more in culture, in traveling, although it might seem a bit weird now in these days, but anyways, interested in international connections, interested in philosophy, astrology, anything that is connected to learning the metaphysical side of life, so to speak. It's also about publishing. Maybe you want to publish something. Maybe you want to write something. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. I all associate that with the ninth house. So Mars in there means a new start is possible in one of those areas. So for you, it might be maybe publishing, and for someone else who is watching this, it might have to do with an expansion of the mind that they want, studying something new, for instance, or teaching, you yourself teaching. Now, this energy is very pioneering, very fiery energy, very positive, or maybe learning something new about, I don't know, acupuncture or something that is of healing capacity. Now, all these things are gonna bump into Jupiter in your sixth house around the 4th of August already. There is the first square. Square means tension, bumping into Jupiter. That means even more you will find yourself that you're growing. You will find yourself through maybe work or health, because these are the big chunks of the areas of life of the sixth house, health and work. So maybe you're with work and with health, this has a positive, expansive influence. But then there comes a time between the second week, or let's say the midst of August, up until the first week of October. That's going to be the stressful time. And in the midst of the 10th of September, Mars goes even retrograde, you know. So that pocket of time is Mars bumping into Pluto and Saturn. That's just the opposite. That is restrictions, criticism, that is, you know, pointing the finger, control issues, slowing down and whatnot. And this comes all from your sixth house. So again, either health or either work. This is not new, by the way. This is already happening now as I'm recording this in July. So you know your story. You don't have to be fearful that, I'm going to get sick or I'm going to lose my job. No, there is something about health or something about work that is restricting that new expansive energy. Okay. So for you, it can play out that during that time, the midst of August and the first week of October, there is like things are not going forwards because of work. Things are not going forwards because of some regulations with your routines. You have to do your routines in a very strict way when Saturn is there, when Pluto is there. So what is the best advice to do when Mars wants to go forwards and Saturn and Pluto says, you're not going to do that? Worst case scenario that you can do is just give up. That's worst case scenario. That is just, you freeze, or you're saying, you're pitying yourself. Oh, every time I have a new idea or I want to study, maybe you're very young and this is about studying. Maybe you're starting to study and, certainly in September when Mars goes backwards, you say, wow, this is way too tough. I'm going to stop. That is not what I would recommend with this energy. Because Mars clashing with Saturn and Pluto is all about mastery of your actions. It's about building character. It's supposed to be this hard because you become the master in something. So sometimes this is not the case, but definitely now this is the case about perseverance, about taking it slow, doing it step by step and continuing. So that's the message with the Mars, Saturn, Pluto. It's definitely about not giving up. It's about when you are restricted by your daily routines or even that you don't have enough energy or you're feeling a bit, you just keep on going, but slowly and surely and in a consistent way. So if you're that student, for instance, doing your studies day after day and not just on a Saturday studying 20 hours. So that's the plan. Because when Mars, Saturn, Pluto works in that way, which is little step, having the courage to persevere, they get the reward. And the reward will be at the end of the year. Already feeling you're going forwards around the midst of November, because then Mars goes direct. And for you, again, it can mean like studying, like learning something new, teaching something new. And in the beginning, it's very hard and you're thinking, what the hell am I doing? But really my message is perseverance, because this aspect, when you look in people's natal charts with these aspects, these people, when they are younger, they learn that if they want to do something, if they want to master something, they get a lot of restrictions, they get a lot of, so when they are younger, they kind of say, I'm not going to do this anymore. But once they have learned that I have to persevere, I have to take my courage and do it in little steps, they become masters in something. And you see it a lot, for instance, in actions that need a lot of mastery, like surgeons, for instance. You see it a lot in the charts of surgeons, because of course, when you're operating on a person, you can't just do this and that with scattered energy. You have to be focused. You have to be super focused, and you can only do that when you're taking the steps and when you're taking it slow. And then you're gonna get so it demands a lot of patience. And so this is character building for a lot of you. For young people, this is going to be harder in general. I mean, sometimes you have young people who are very mature and older people who are supposed to be mature who are not. But when you have a character of already, have that mastery of having that patience, you're going to get there. You are going to get to a new perspective. You are really going to improve the way that you think on a higher level and expand it in quite an easy way for you when you're used to that. If you have, for instance, Mars in a trine to Saturn in your natal chart, then this will be easy for you. You see how different this is for everyone. But if you are an impatient person, if you want to get things yesterday, this is not going to be easy, right? So it depends, but it's not going to last forever. Having said that, this is what it is. Thank you so much for listening and see you next time. Bye-bye.